So what I'd like to do now, if you're so willing, is to give you another little exercise which will increases that intuition. It's a workout for your psychic senses, for your third eye, if you like. It'll it's like when you go to the gym, you might pump some iron, and then if you put it down and never go back, it's made no difference. But if you do it every day, you get stronger and stronger and stronger. Even when you're not pumping iron, you're still strong. And that's what this is. This is a workout for your psychic senses. And again, you can do it in about 5 minutes, and if you were to do it on a regular basis, you may find that you get more clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, the different things. Do you see pictures? Do you have the self-talk or hear things? I get a kinesthetic as well. I feel things quite a lot. Do you just know? I mean, it comes to you in different ways, but if you want to amplify that, this is a neat little exercise for doing that, and it's a kind of breathing exercise, very simple. Should we do it?
Yes, please.
Okay. Has anyone come across this before? It's called ha breathing. No? Okay. Good. Be a treat for you. So I'll demonstrate it first. First I'll explain what's going on, then I'll demonstrate it, then you can have a go. So what we do is, it works on the basis that when we breathe, we're not just breathing air. I know you guys know this, but not everybody watching may know it. We're not just breathing air. We're breathing energy, ether, prana, however you like to call it. And we're energizing every cell in our body with universal life force every time we breathe. And so what this exercise, how this exercise works is we take in the air and the energy, and we let out the air, but we redirect the energy so that, the energy gets replaced every time, to the back of our head. So you see right here, Ajna, the brow chakra, or third eye, as it's commonly called. It's not like some chakras are like that, it's more like that. It's on a little slope, so it comes out a little bit lower down. So if you put your hand on the back of your head, you can feel the lump right at the base of the skull, as the skull curves, and right underneath that is a little crevice, a little divot underneath that occipital lobe. That's where your third eye comes out, your brow chakra, at the back of the head, because the chakras go right through you, they don't just stick out the front a bit, So that is where we're going to send the energy. And you do that with your imagination, with your mind, basically. So we breathe in. So I do these belly pooches out. I breathe from the abdomen all the way up, in through the nose, and we'll breathe it out through the mouth, but we will constrict the throat slightly. Not, you cut it off, just kind of a bit, We'll cut so that the air is compressed, has less of a space to come through, and in the mind we imagine it coming out through here. When I do this, the back of my head gets really, really hot, and you may experience heat or tingling or nothing. It's all fine. However it works for you is perfect. But when we're doing the breathing through the constricted throat, you sound a bit like Darth Vader. And that's what we're looking for, the Vader breath, as I call it. So this is how it goes. You want your feet flat on the floor. I'll just demonstrate first, so just watch for a minute. And it goes like this. Remembering to send it out through the back of the head. Do you want to give it a try? Just do a couple of breaths to get the hang of it. I want to hear you, okay? If I can't hear you...
So the intention is breathing in through your third eye and breathing out through your back eye?
Just breathe in the air normally, but don't let the energy come out again, just then send it back through here. Good question, thank you. Go on then, chaps, here we go. Before you start, the goal with this ultimately is get down to about 4 breaths a minute, But if you're not used to doing breathing exercises, you'll need more to start with. But the slower you can do it, the more calm and peace you'll have at the end of it. I find it both relaxing and energizing at the same time, if that makes sense. I'm interrupting too much. We'll carry on. Let's see if we can all go at the same pace. Try and follow me. I'll go a little bit faster than that. Okay, let's go in. Pretty good. Let's do another one. Very good. You're all doing great. Keep going. Remembering to send the energy out the back of the head. Let's go again. Just do 4 more, make them really good ones. Stay still for a moment. Notice any sensations, feelings, thoughts. And when you're ready, just gently open your eyes. How was that for you?
I really enjoyed that.
That was good for me too. Well done.
I found it easier to visualize the out breath by visualizing from inside my mouth. So it was like watching the breath going out of the back of my neck in more the kind of way that I can envisage easily my breath coming out of my mouth. Like, sort of on the outward breath, rather than standing outside behind myself, visualizing the breath coming out of the back of my neck.
I was from inside my head like having a blue, like as if it was like out of an exhaust coming.
Brilliant.
At the back. I was bringing the in-breath coming through my third eye.
There's a flap.
Oh, amazing!
Flap, that's brilliant.
Flap. I get this flap on my front third eye. That's really cool.
So we've got an exhaust, a flap. Any other creative methods for releasing the energy? Anybody got any sensations back there or anything yet?
There's a sense of just all of expansion actually.
Yeah, expansion. Yeah.
I felt I was equalising at the end. It's like everything had equalised somehow.
So what you do find is, if you do this regularly, your intuition gets stronger. So however you receive it, I get pictures, if you get pictures up here, I don't know how we're doing for time, but I'm going to assume that I've got a minute to tell you this little story. The first time I realised that all these pictures running around my head were actually useful was I was in Fort Collins, Colorado, and I was driving across town to buy some audio cassettes that I'd seen advertised. I noticed they were from the same town, so I phoned, I said, can I come and get them? Yes. So I'm driving across, I stop at the lights and I see this wrist, it's up here, a wrist, with a bandage around it. No, think anything of it, just one of those random pictures you get in your head. Come to the next traffic light, there's a lot of traffic lights in Fort Collins. Another wrist with a bandage, and this happened, and it was right at the other side of town. I finally got there, and I was convinced this person was going to have a bandage on their wrist, and they answered the door, there was no bandage. I thought, I don't know what that was about, let's just carry on. So we did the transaction, had a little chat, and then I was walking out the door, and I see the wrist again, and I just think, I wonder if they've hurt their wrist. And I have a kinesthetic, I get a chill, which is because it comes down here. If it's really big, it goes down my arm and my leg, and I got the chill, the buzz, and that's a yes, it's an affirmation. So I just turned around and I said to her, have you hurt your wrist? And she said, oh my God, how could you know that? It's a good question, how does that even work? I don't know. So anyway, I put a little bit of energy into her wrist for a couple of minutes. She'd sprained it doing yoga, watch out for those down dogs, they can be deadly. And the wrist was fine, the pain was gone, and so she gave me a video cassette tape. I'm talking about audio cassettes and video cassettes, tells you how long ago this was, doesn't it? Do they even exist anymore? I don't know. So yeah, if you see pictures or have a kinesthetic, you get a feeling about something, or very sensitive to subtle energies. Maybe your self-talk. I get ideas. I think I get this. I wonder if. And is that me? Is it something? It doesn't matter. I mean, it's all us. It's all me at the end of the day. Or just knowing something. You just have a sort of a knowing about something. Whichever it works for you. You get more of it by doing this exercise daily or regularly, and really just strengthen that connection to your divine consciousness, your divine intuition, if you like.
Thank you, I'm loving all of this. How do you differentiate between intuition and fear?
Fear?
Fear. Like, your intuition, like sometimes I get almost like a bit of a paralysed thing in my chest. It's like a fear, and I'm like, is that intuition, or is that just fear?
Oh,
or is it because?
That's a very good question.
Instinct,
intuition.
So this comes down to how do we define intuition, basically. So I think we're talking about there is stuff that will come from your unconscious mind. Fear typically will come from that. If you're in a life-threatening situation or danger, you will feel fear, and that's a basic animalistic survival mechanism. When you're in a safe place and you're suddenly feeling afraid, that's your unconscious telling you there's something you need to pay attention to. And it's most likely something inside yourself, as opposed to being under threat of attack by some unseen forces or something. It is my perception of it. my perception tomorrow might be different to today, but that's just what's coming up right now. The sort of intuition I'm referring to is, for example, when I'm with a client, ask myself what this person is. First of all, can I even help them?
Mm-hmm.
And if I get a yes, I go, zing. How can I best help them? Picture. You know, this is how it works on a practical level for me. I don't do much auditory. I used to say I don't do much auditory, but I have a lot of self-talk, which really is auditory as well. In fact, I'm chattering all the time. Pictures, talking, feeling. I seem to kind of have a good balance of all of them. Most people will be stronger in one or the other. Also, big questions, problems. Every problem has a solution. We know that because the universe is always in balance, in perfect harmony. So if there's a problem, the solution already exists. Otherwise, the whole universe would implode and cease to exist. So the fact that we're still here tells us the answer is there. Where is the answer? So you have to ask the questions. Keep asking questions. That's a yes. So you keep asking these questions, the answers will come. The trick is noticing them, because we're conditioned to be very much in the head and ignoring our more, what they say, spirit speaks with a whisper. So listen closely. That's an old saying I picked up somewhere. I have another exercise which I won't do now, but it's really beautiful energy balancing exercise, and it balances out the whole body using sacred symbols. If you're good at visualizing, it really works well. I'm quite visual, so I like the visual ones. Not everybody is. You might find an auditory one better, but it is auditory because it's an audio file and you can listen to it. So, but what you need to do is, I'm going to make you work for it if you want it. Go to my website, click on Contact Us, and say, please send me the free gift or the energy balancing exercise, and I will send it to you. You don't have to. If you use the Contact Me, your email address doesn't go into my database. I don't. Even if it did, you still wouldn't get anything because I never send anything. woodlandwellness.co.uk.
Is that one word?
Yep. Well, it's a URL, so there's no spaces in it, just Woodland Wellness. Okay.
So if you go onto the Contact Us page, is there something you can tick to say, please send me something like that, or do we have to write it?
It's a message.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little message box. You will type, please send me. Yeah, and then
the what exercise?
Energy balancing exercise.
Right.
Yeah. Or free gift, and I'll know what it is. And I'll send you an audio file by return, which you can download, or you can stream straight off my webpage, off my server. So that, there is a caution in there. It does come with a caution. You don't do it more than once a week, otherwise you won't be grounded. Basically, you'll be very, very off with the fairies. But it's not a bad place to be, but I'm doing it like 100% of the time, you know. We still have to function in the real world. So today we've looked at a couple of really simple yet powerful techniques any individual can do to bring more peace into themselves, have more inner peace, and thereby create more peace in the world through this knock-on effect of raising everybody's vibration to the level of peace. And we've also talked about some of the things that sort of get in the way of being peaceful. And so a question to ask yourself, you don't necessarily have to answer me out loud right now unless you particularly want to, but think about tomorrow. What will you do tomorrow to bring more peace into the world? And we were sitting here coming for a day all about peace. You you guys are watching a video because you tuned in to find out more about peace. What will you do tomorrow to bring more peace into the world? And keep that thought. Okay, with that, I'll say thank you and goodbye. Don't applaud yet. You can. I saw you wanted to clap. You can turn the camera off now.